Hey everyone, welcome to Femme Fables. If you're watching on YouTube, thanks for watching. We hope you like, subscribe, comment, and share. That always helps the channel grow. If you are listening on a podcast, thank you for listening as always. We hope you rate so that it can be shared with others. We appreciate everyone's support. I am solo today, which I haven't done before, so hopefully it's not too awkward for me. I'm talking for a good 25 minutes. But today's topic, as we approach Valentine's Day, is all about self-love. So self-love to me is really being happy with yourself and taking care of yourself and being kind to yourself. Whether that is your self-talk to yourself, whether it's doing nice things for yourself, buying things for yourself to make you feel good, all those things, listening to good music can be self-love. And why is that important? I think it's especially important being single and dating to have self-love so that you know your self-worth. And why that's important is because you can target and pick up on behaviors that are either manipulative, toxic, and if you have that strong self-love, self-worth, you recognize this isn't right for me, this isn't good for me. Yes, I may care about this person, but this isn't valuing myself, and it's not adding to my life, so I have the strength to walk away and hopefully find something that adds value to my life versus diminishing the value in my life. So we asked a couple people what they do to practice self-love, so we're going to go through those, and I'll probably tell some personal stories along the way. But the first thing was setting boundaries. It's okay to say no, and I love this one. This was my favorite one because I am a yes person. Somebody comes to me asking for help, yes, I'll help you. Yes, I'll do this. Yes, I'll go out with you. Yes, I'll do that. And it's draining. And I've come to a point in my life, and this happened recently to me, that I had a friend text me. I hate talking on the phone. Everybody who knows me knows this. And this person likes to talk on the phone. And I had such a bad week. I had a really rough day. And I said, I really want to be there for you, but right now, today, I can't talk to you on the phone. I can't spend 30 minutes listening to your problems because I'm trying to deal with mine. And that may sound selfish, but it's not. That is practicing self-love. I knew I wasn't in the capacity to give that person what they needed. So let's say I got on the phone with them, I probably would have been half listening and drowning in my own shit that I was dealing with. So instead, I reset that day and we talked the next day, and I was able to listen and give her advice. So setting boundaries is huge. It's okay to say no. Second, probably one of the top answers was music. I'm a big music person. If I had to choose TV over music, I'd choose music any day. I can't live without music. I listen to it multiple times a day. It helps ground me. I connect to music very strongly. So to me, that is self-love, listening to a good song. I'm one of those people, when I find a song that I like, I'll listen to it on repeat 10 times. Until I get sick of it, and I'm like, I never want to hear that song again. But I was joking with someone the other day, and I said, one of the signs that you're over a breakup is when you can hear a song that either person recommended to you or reminds you of that person, and you don't cry. At least for me. So the other day that happened to me, like my playlist, like 2 in a row, was these songs that somebody had recommended to me, and I didn't cry. I definitely had that that reminds me of this time, but I wasn't like sobbing, crying my eyes out because I miss this person so much. So side note, I think that's a good sign of getting over someone. The other thing is quiet time. So the third, quiet time and meditation. I'm really bad at meditating. My brain goes 1,000 miles a minute. I'm constantly thinking. I have a hard time going to sleep when something's on my mind. I'll wake up in the middle of the night. So I do try to practice just some mindfulness of quiet time and resting my brain. It doesn't always work, but there's definitely meditation apps out there. Somebody told me the other day about a really quick one, 2 to 3 minutes, which is probably for me because I can't quiet my mind more than that. And it's called Fuck This Meditation. So if you want to look for that, that's probably something for those who don't practice it often. Quiet time I definitely get. I mean, obviously we're in a pandemic. I'm single. I live alone. I have Knox back there. You can see half of him. So he and I go on walks 3 times a day. I have my music on, and I just kind of am outside with nature, which is the fourth thing. Being outside, getting fresh air. We're all cooped up in our houses for the most part. So, and I know some people live in cold climates, so you can't really do that. But, trying to get outside to some degree, is healthy for you in general. Fifth was having creative outlets. So for those who've listened to my other episodes, I was going through a breakup that was really hard for me when I first started the podcast. And this was really, I have to thank that person, because I probably would have never done this podcast if it weren't for him. And, it's really been therapeutic for me. It's an outlet for me to talk about, the issues I've gone through, hopefully connect with others who've gone through the same thing. You'll see Deidre, she's usually psychoanalyzing me and helping me through, she's my little therapist, my problems, and it's really helped me. Deidre is an artist, she's a photographer, she's a painter, and you've heard her on the show if you've listened. She's had a lot of things go on in her life that she's dealt with, and her art and her photography is her creative outlet, just to kind of have that passion and just kind of let your mind be free. The other thing, 6, is express gratitude. So somebody had commented and said every day when they wake up, they remind themselves of 3 things they're grateful for. And I don't think we do that enough. I think we get up and we're like, I gotta get ready, I gotta get to work, I gotta do this, I gotta feed the kids, I gotta feed the dog, gotta walk the dog, get the kids dressed, whatever, and instead of just pausing for a moment and saying, what am I grateful for today? I'm grateful that I have great friends who support me and love me. I'm grateful that I have a family also supports me with the things that I do and uplifts me. I have a good job that I'm happy with and excelling at, So remembering those things that you are grateful for, because it's so easy to get bogged down in the negative. I'm guilty of it all the time. I have to pull myself out of it all the time and remind myself what I'm grateful for. 7, recognizing that you aren't your thoughts. Kind of goes back to the negative mindset. So I am guilty again of going into these negative connotations about myself. Why did I do this? Had I not done this, it would have been differently. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. It wouldn't have started an argument. This person would still want to date me, or what have you. But those are your thoughts, and that's not always reality, right? So pulling yourself out of those negative thoughts and what's really happening in reality. I have a tendency to go down this rabbit hole and make up scenarios that haven't even happened, or start having arguments in my head that haven't even happened. So recognizing that you aren't your thoughts, just because you think it doesn't mean that it's true. 8, forgive yourself. Huge thing that I'm guilty of. I beat myself up so much. I'm a Virgo. I'm a perfectionist. I want to do everything right and accurately and perfectly all the time. If I make a mistake, beat the shit out of myself mentally about it. Why did I do that? Oh, I probably look stupid, so on and so forth. So forgive yourself. You're going to make mistakes, and it's okay. Probably the biggest lessons I've learned in my life are because of the mistakes I've made. Maybe I stayed in a relationship too long I shouldn't have. Maybe I let somebody treat me in a way that devalued me, and I stayed because I thought I cared for this person, which has happened recently. And I beat myself up. God, why were you so stupid, Megan? Why didn't you see the signs? Why didn't you recognize this? And I had to sit there and think, you know what? That's okay. I was vulnerable. I opened myself up to somebody. I cared for someone. I love them. That means I'm a good person. If somebody else shits on that because they're a bad person, that's not on me. That's on them. And recently I've had to come to terms with that. That's probably been one of the hardest things I've dealt with in this breakup, is not faulting myself or forgiving myself for not recognizing the signs and truly believing this person was great, even though all signs led to that they weren't so great, and especially how they've treated me after the fact. So again, forgive myself. I did everything as a true, compassionate, kind person and loving person that I could. And the fact that that person didn't recognize that in me, or didn't value it, or maybe I wasn't the right person for them, who knows? That doesn't devalue me as a person. I'm still great. I'm still kind and compassionate. I will never treat somebody poorly, no matter how poorly they treat me, because I'll always be the better and bigger person. There was a quote that I heard by Brene Brown, which if you haven't read her books, they're great. I highly recommend them. My friend bought me the series to read. But talking about negative thoughts and forgiving yourself, she'd said, she'd beat herself up about things. And she'd stop and think, would I talk to my child like that? If my child came to me with this same issue, would I say, wow, you're really dumb for doing that? Wow, how could you not see that? How could you be so stupid? If you don't have a child, would you talk to your best friend if she came to you crying? God, you're really stupid for doing that. No, right? We're going to be kind and generous and compassionate and say, oh my God, I'm so sorry that happened to you. You're a great person though. Don't beat yourself up. And that's how you need to talk to yourself when you go through these spirals. Again, totally guilty of it myself. I do it all the time. Been doing it a lot recently. And I have to pull myself out of it and say, would I talk to my friends this way or a family member if they came to me with the same issue? Probably not. No, I would not. Probably not. I wouldn't. Okay. The other quote that was really good is, you can only love a person as much as you love yourself. So I think humans are definitely guilty of relying on someone else to provide that love and happiness for us. And if you're going to rely on somebody else to give you value and happiness and love, and that's all that you're able to use to fill yourself up, it's not going to work, because you have to love yourself first in order to fully love another human being, right? So again, you can only love a person as much as you love yourself. So, you know, I hope for those that are single on Valentine's Day, I'm releasing this the day before on purpose, that you remind yourself that you are worthy of love, you are loved, you love yourself, be kind to yourself. Treat yourself this weekend. Go out with your girlfriends, go out with your friends, if you're a guy, have some fun, have some drinks, laugh. You know, life is too short. Somebody said that to me today. Life's not a dress rehearsal. This is our only shot that we have it. There is no redo. So live your life to the fullest, have fun. I know it's hard. Part of me has been like, oh, I'm single on Valentine's Day. That kind of sucks. But I'm going to go to a nice dinner with my friend. We're going to treat ourselves and we're going to have a good time. And because we love ourselves and we're kind to ourselves and we treat ourselves well. If you're in a relationship, I hope that you guys cherish each other and love each other on this day, right? It's the weekend of love. And that, you know, you're working to grow your relationship, because relationships take work. Nothing is perfect in this world, right? So I really hope that this helped somebody or reached somebody who needed to hear it. I've definitely needed these messages these past couple weeks with what I've been dealing with. So I hope it resonated with you guys. We hope that you like, subscribe, comment if you're watching on YouTube, hit the bell so that you can get notified of our videos. And again, we want to wish everyone a happy Valentine's Day, and, you know, show someone some love, even if they're not your romantic partner, or if you don't have a romantic partner, show someone some love anyways. But I also have some clips of my friends that have submitted what they do for self-love. I thought it'd be cute to add their clips to the end of this video so you can kind of get some other ideas on how to practice self-love from them. So they entertained me and sent me some clips, so we hope you enjoy it. Again, thank you guys for watching and for your support. Take care.
Hey y'all, my name is Heather. I'm a good friend of Megan's. Something I've learned and intentionally applied to my life with self-love is the language and choice of words I use during my inner monologues, as well as what I'm saying to others. What you think and say about yourself is how you feel about yourself. So it is crucial to be aware of the words you use to describe yourself. Remember to be gentle, loving, and compassionate. Avoid putting yourself down and use of negative words, and instead focus on all the positive and amazing things that you are. Energy flows where your attention goes. It's a beautiful thing to take control of your worth. Don't let anyone else be in charge of that. It can be hard sometimes, but practicing self-love is so important. Happy self-loving, everyone.
To me, self-love means saying no. I've always been a people pleaser, always saying yes, 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 even if it's not convenient. By saying no, by asking at what cost, it's made a huge difference in my life. My grandma always said, if you take care of yourself, you can take care of others.
Hi Megan, thanks for having me on today. You had asked your friends to let you know what we think self-love and self-care is. Mine, I would say, is honoring your soul, nourishing your soul, loving yourself, and knowing that it's okay to let go of things that are no longer serving your purpose in life, whether that may be friends, unfortunately, loved ones, careers, and people that you thought that you were going to spend your life with. Sometimes those things don't work out, but you have to trust the process. You have to trust yourself. You have to trust that it's okay to let these things go and become a better version of yourself. And lighting candles, taking trips, laying in bed and just reading a book and not getting out of your pajamas, having a good cup of coffee on a Saturday morning, spending time with your friends, laughing, love laughing. So thank you for letting me chime in. Love you. We're so proud of you, and Kelly too. And take care. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Bye.
Self-love. Self-care postpartum. I mean, it is so different. I knew that it would be. I knew that, things change, your time is taken, and it's just this crazy whirlwind of events. But I don't think I quite understood that it would be as non-existent as it is. It's really, really difficult to find time to do things for yourself and not feel extreme guilt over it. I don't know how else to explain it. It's just kind of comes with the territory, I guess. I feel very dedicated to Sunny, and I feel like all of my time needs to be given to her and our family. Some small ways, they're basically everyday life activities. I very rarely remember to shower. I never remember to put deodorant on, never. So when I do those things, it's a win in my world right now. I do, I ride the Peloton every day, or I try to. I read a lot more. I read at night. I guess like my skin and hair care routine, that is something that I do pretty religiously in my life. So there's that. One day I will be able to indulge in traveling and margaritas post-pandemic, right? Someday, we can all hope.
When it comes to self-love, the thing that's most important to me that makes me feel the best within my own soul and body is having time for free will, which basically means carving out time that I can just do whatever I want. And that could be painting or going on a bike ride. It doesn't matter what I do in that free will time as long as it's not attached to obligation or expectation.